So, Francisco, Ruby, I got a question for you guys.
What's up?
Eh.
What do you think is the worst type of zombie apocalypse we can get?
Left 4 Dead.
Ooh.
Left 4 Dead's not a bad answer.
Left 4 Dead style. Anything that has running zombies.
Francisco hasn't seen it, but the one for Train to Busan, I think that's pretty fucking terrifying.
Oh, the Train to Busan guys? Those are fast. Yeah.
I think those would be worse just because of that.
Another contender is the World War Z zombies.
World War Z, yeah, that's another bad one. But have you considered this? The actual worst zombie apocalypse to survive? Call of Duty zombies.
That one would also be pretty bad.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking like shows. Shit, you bring up a good point, sir.
Well, Francisco said Left 4 Dead, which is a game.
Yeah, because Left 4 Dead, you have like the different types of zombie types. You got the bile spewer. That one attracts a horde. You got the witches that can one-shot you in game. And in real life, they probably just like, kill you with death throat or whatever.
Yeah, they probably split you in half or some shit.
Yeah.
Then there's the tank.
Tanks, chargers, jockeys, smokers, hunters. I would hate to be killed by a hunter. Those things like literally just rip into you. They rip into your chest.
Back for Blood zombies were pretty bad too.
I mean, yeah, Back 4 Blood was inspired by Left 4 Dead, so it's basically the same thing.
I guess that's true.
But I personally think that the Call of Duty zombies would be the worst one, because when you actually get into the story of how that like was originated and like all the crazy like space alien shit that happens, like that's definitely like the worst one to try and survive.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because you got the regular zombies, which eventually they will start running. As time goes on, they get stronger, and then there's the evolutions. So there's like the Margwas, abominations, and like manglers, and all kinds of different like crazy shit. Some of them were engineered by man, so those probably wouldn't exist, but some of them were just by pure evolution.
I just think any of them are pretty bad. But if we really had to choose one, then yeah, I think Call of Duty would be the worst zombies. Because they've evolved, like you were saying.
Yeah, I think so too. Anyways, welcome to the Mighty Beans.
I was just gonna say I didn't play enough Call of Duty Zombie like from different games enough to know that. I've only played like Black Ops 1 and 2. That's it.
You haven't played the newer one? I thought you have.
No, the last zombies I played was Black Ops 2. Ever since then, I have not played any Black Ops zombies.
You definitely should. It's a lot of fun. I don't know why I stopped playing, but you should play with us. Actually, it's probably one of the best zombies I've played in a while. Besides Alcatraz. Alcatraz is still the best.
Yeah, that's the last one
Black
that
Ops 2... I was just going to say, Black Ops 2 is one that kind of does start to get a little bit crazy. Because, like, the map transit, there is the Avogadro, which is, like, the electric boss zombie that spawns in. And then, like, in Die Rise, there's the jumping jacks, which are, like, these, like, monkey-looking, like, things that jump around and swipe at you and shit. And then, of course, Mob of the Dead has Brutus, the Warden. He's the big-ass fucking hulking dude that comes running at you and shit. Origins, that has the Panzer.
Panzer.
He's a walking zombie tank, literally. Panzer means a tank soldier, like in German, I'm pretty sure.
I think it does, actually.
Yeah, BO2 zombies is like when it starts to get real crazy. There's a couple of boss zombies in BO1. Like there's a Cosmonaut, there's like Shrieker zombies, there's like the Fire zombie and stuff like that. But BO2 is when it starts to get real crazy. I'm a nerd, by the way. I really like COD zombies. I don't know if anybody knew that.
Yeah,
come on, man. We're all nerds for something, man.
Nah,
Speaking of which, actually, speaking of the new zombies review, the new map just came out. Have you played that?
Are you talking about Underground? Or the Tomb?
No, the Shattered Veil. Literally
Oh shit!
just
There's
came
like
out.
another one. No, I haven't.
Oh,
I
I'm
was-
already like watching like guides on how to do the Easter egg and stuff.
God damn it! Well, don't do it without me. I was about to say I was so bummed that I couldn't be with you guys to like get the special stuff for the tomb. I was so pissed at myself that I said no that night that I've stopped playing. Oh, that's why I stopped playing. I was literally so pissed at myself. I was like, why did I say no? I like looked at the mirror. You bitch! You don't skimp out on the discount boys, is what I told myself.
Well, in
So-
your defense, we had been stuck on that boss fight for a while, so there was a good chance that this was another night where we didn't get it. You know?
I know, but it's like, like I was so pissed at myself.
Yeah.
Well-
For some reason, that boss fight was just stupid hard. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a fun boss fight either.
Well, you get him next time, Ruby.
No, doing that shit alone, fuck that. I'm just never gonna do it.
Well, they've made the fight easier since. A couple updates come out and they nerf like the zombie spawns and stuff like that, so it's a little easier to do now.
Oh, really? Oh, maybe I will then. I don't know. I just felt like it was just like, why? Why the fuck would you do it like this? Because everything else isn't. I can't say it's easy because it is pretty tough, especially if you're by yourself. But it was reasonable, right? That you could do it. It was manageable. And then you get to the boss, and it's just the developers were like, haha, fuck you.
If anything, I could always just hop on and do that Easter egg with you again. I think I, for the most part, still remember all the steps.
Yeah, but I was like, when you told me that, I was just like so pissed at myself more than anything.
Well, you can join us with this new one. This new
I think
map
I'm
so
saying
far,
yes every night.
So far, this new map's pretty good. It's a lot bigger than the last map, which is a nice change of pace. I feel like the tomb was a really like congested like map. Despite like having large areas, it still felt like a really small map. You know what I mean?
It did. I feel like because it was so big, but there wasn't a lot of running space.
Yeah, but this one, Shattered Veil, it's really big, which I kind of like. There's like an outside section, and then there's like inside of like a mansion section. And when you actually go inside the mansion, it's a little bit confusing at first. The hallways are a little bit maze-like, but after a while, you get used to it, and now I can navigate through it pretty easily. My favorite thing about the new map is they brought back my personal favorite wonder weapon. They brought back the Wonderwaff DG2.
Oh shit, did they?
Yes, in all of its fucking beautiful electric glory. It has the same sound effects. It does the same like damage. It does lightning chains. You can upgrade it and
Oh,
Nostalgic.
he just fucking gooned all over his damn desk.
dude, the Wonderwaff is my favorite wonder weapon. It's not technically the best wonder weapon based on like stats, but it's my favorite. It's just so cool.
It's just fun to watch everything get fucking blast off to the speed of light. Just boom.
My favorite is the Thunder Gun.
Yeah, Thunder Gun's another classic. The only thing I don't like about the Thunder Gun, it kind of depends on which version of the game you're playing. Black Ops 1 Thunder Gun, when you kill zombies with it, they can't drop like max ammos and double points and shit.
Can't?
That's the only downside. Yeah, they can't.
Oh, that does suck.
But the later games, they fix it, so it actually will work.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to check that out then. I'm sure there might be a big update, so I'll just do that overnight.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there is.
I haven't been able to open it just to check it out and like download anything. I just get straight into Dreamlight Valley.
That's just what happens when you find a nice game to play, you know?
It's just really relaxing and fun, and it's just like it heals my inner kid that I can play with all these like Disney characters, and they actually have a bit of personality, like a little bit of background, like information to them.
Yeah.
You know what it sounds like to me, Ruby, when you say you're playing a lot of Disney Valley?
I think I know what you're about to say.
Sounds like you're not doing a whole lot of those D20 challenges.
The D20s, I know. I know. Oh, because I know as soon as I'm done playing Dark Souls, I'm actually not done playing Dark Souls.
Well,
That is the curse of the 20.
Yeah.
you'll get there eventually. I mean, I'm still
No.
trying to work my way through the Balatro challenge. I have not beaten a single deck yet.
Damn, son.
I do have Balatro downloaded as well because it's free on Game Pass for now. So I don't know if I'll get to it before I have to pay for it.
So after playing Balatro for quite a bit, I gotta say, I have no idea why I was a contender for Game of the Year. It's fun, but not Game of the Year worthy. I don't
Really?
I don't understand the appeal to it, no.
It's
I don't know.
I can see the appeal to it in the sense of the addictiveness.
Addicting!
I guess it's just I'm not the demographic for it, you know.
Hey, kid, you want to gamble?
I'm more of the person that think Stellar Blade should have gone a nominee for Game of the Year instead of Balatro.
They should have gotten two. One
Two
for,
nominees?
Yeah, one for each
Oh,
personality.
well, in that case, it'd be 4.
Oh. Yeah, Danny and I have been making a lot of progress in our D20 challenges. He just played through Red Dead Redemption 2, which was like a maybe 30-hour playthrough for him because he just blitzed through the main story.
Oh, that was one of the D20s?
Yeah, that was one of the ones I hit him with, was to play through Red Dead 2. Because
Damn.
I knew it was a long game with a really boring start.
And he
So that
just
was
Like
blasts,
Kingdom Hearts, man.
Yeah.
And he just blasts through that like nothing.
I wouldn't say like nothing. He definitely struggled, but he pushed himself through it. And then in the end, the game, as you go through it, it becomes more fun over time. And so he said in the end he would give it like a 7 out of 10.
The end.
Wasn't Red Dead 2
Doesn't
like
even
also up for
matter.
Game of the Year one time or like won awards?
It did win Game of the Year in 2018, I want to say.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, 7 out of 10? That doesn't sound Game of the Year worthy.
Well, it depends on the type of gamer you are. See, the thing about Red Dead 2 is they went real hard on like realism. So it's got like a very realistic physics engine, and the characters are really, really well written to be like to speak and act in a way real people actually will. And a lot of people appreciate that. And on top of the fact that the game looks really good too. So a lot of people appreciate that. A lot of people get invested in the story. They do the role-playing aspect, whatever. But if you're a player like me or Danny, you don't really care about realism. You just want to go in and like go crazy and have fun.
You just want to
Which-
shoot people and put rockets on your fucking horse and whee!
Yeah, but the Red Dead 2's story has a lot of downtime. There's a lot of riding your horse and listening to these characters talking. So
Oh.
if you don't care about that, then the game just becomes boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like
GTA.
GTA when you're driving to the objective and they just do a long conversation on the drive there.
Yeah, but even GTA, it's more fun to drive a car really fast and drift around and shit versus riding your horse in Red Dead.
Well, I guess it's more to appeal to the country people out there, you know?
I guess. I mean, it is still a
I-
good game. It's just if you don't care about the story, then you're gonna really struggle playing through it.
Yeah. What do you mean, hi? Are you a country girl, Ruby?
No, fuck that.
She wants Arthur Morgan.
I left my wife to fuck my truck.
What?
I left my truck to fuck my wife.
Every time I think of country music, dude, I just think of their songs are always about their truck, their beer, or getting cheated on or something. I'm just like, is there a
Baby,
happy
we'll
country
ride
song?
in my big green tractor.
I fucked my truck. Now that's called impounding.
She
Shut the
thinks my
fuck up.
She thinks my tractor's sexy. So
I can't believe that's a real song.
I get so fucking stupid, dude. And it's popular. How?
Which one?
I don't know.
That song I'm singing, that song I just sang is a real song, and it's super popular, and it's always on the radio stations, like public places.
Wait, that she thinks my tractor is sexy?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is a real fucking song.
That's just embarrassing.
She thinks my tractor sexy. Now, in its defense, I'm pretty sure that song in particular was made by a comedic country singer, that like makes funny songs.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was gonna say, like, who made the freaking song? John Deere himself?
No, I'm
John
pretty sure.
Deere?
I don't remember his name. It's like Wheeler Walker Jr. or something like that. But he makes like funny country songs. Like that's
Joey
his whole
Wheeler.
deal. No. No, that's
Come on,
country
you
singer from the Bronx.
Hey, you, she thinks my tractor's sexy.
I couldn't imagine.
You, she thinks my cards are sexy.
My
Oh
baby
my-
dragon.
Oh my god. I hate country.
But yeah, so anyways, so he did that, and I've been playing more Psychonauts. I think I'm about halfway through the game now, and it's a really good game so far. My only complaint about it is that some of the levels go on for like way too long. But
Too
other
long?
than that, it's a pretty good game, yeah.
I wish
Okay.
that was my complaint for Sonic Forces.
Sonic
Goes on for too long?
Forces too long?
That's
mean
what I'm
Frontiers?
saying. No, I wish that was my complaint that the levels were too long. I said they were too fucking short. That the song didn't even loop.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. The beat won't even fucking drop, and then the level just ends.
And it's like, dude, what the fuck? What is this?
Dude, the look on your face when you played that Shadow DLC was the most priceless thing ever.
Oh, it's funny because I remember the exact fucking face I made too. I literally looked like I was about to become insane again.
Egyptian cat. Like
Well, at least it was free.
Ugh.
yeah, it was free.
You know what? No fucking excuse. No way. Come on. Come on,
It's
Sega.
free DLC, man. You can't get mad at free DLC.
If you had
I
to
can-
pay for it, dude, even $5, then you can be pissed.
Like,
You can't defend it. I'm sorry. You just can't.
what?
They
I'm not
paid
trying to
people
defend
make
it.
that DLC.
I would
Oh,
never try to defend Sonic Forces for that atrocity.
Atrocity. I still haven't beat Frontier. I'm like at the last island, world, whatever you want to call it.
The last, yeah, I know what you mean. Well,
Yeah, I haven't beat it either.
You started it?
No.
no.
That oh, okay. Well, that explains it.
Oh well.
I don't. Yeah, they did.
Well, on some up news, you guys want to talk about the direct that just happened?
Yeah, sure.
Oh
We'll talk about
boy. I was
All right.
excited until I saw the price.
Okay, well, where do we start? I figure we start at the beginning, and we just go over everything that was announced. What do you guys think on the system itself? Like, cool or lame?
I think the system itself is actually pretty cool. It's pretty sexy. All of those gadgets is like, oh, so they are different from the Switch. Because I was thinking, like, how the fuck are they gonna? How can it be different enough that buying the two is gonna be worth it, right? Because at least in my mind, I was like, nothing can beat the Switch. Like, this is its prime, top tier console that you could ever get.
Well, a couple things could beat the Switch, but we'll talk about that later.
Well, in my mind, right? Because it's like nothing else could beat this in my head. So when Switch 2 came out and it was showing like all the cool shit it does, I was like, oh, it's kind of worth it now. Just the function of projecting Switch 2 games to other lower gen Switch consoles fucking blew my mind.
Blew my medulla oblongata.
That and if it was just that, it probably would have been still worth it. Like, huh. not everybody now has to buy the game, just at least one of us, and then that's it.
I imagine that's only going to be for some games, though. I don't think that's going to be for like every single game.
Oh,
I
you mean the game sharing thing?
Yeah, I think they said all Switch 2 games, but when it comes to backwards compatibility, I don't know about that.
I don't think it's going to work with every single game, and I also think it's only going to be you're going to be limited to certain like game modes. Like for example, let's say you're playing Smash Bros. And you're doing like the game share thing. I would imagine it will only allow you to do like local like games, and you won't be able to like play together online or play together in like a tourney or whatever like that.
I see. But even
that's
then,
how-
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Because that's how the DS game share worked. Do you remember how game sharing worked on the DS?
Yeah.
One person had like we're playing like Mario Kart, for example, and one person could have Mario Kart, everybody else could just like load onto their thing, but you're limited to playing as a Shy Guy, and you're limited to like just like the versus racing shit.
Yeah, I do remember that. But even still, it wasn't too bad. It was just a nice alternative until you could get your own game.
Yeah, I mean it is still nice. I'm not like shitting on the idea or anything, but that's just how I imagine it's going to work. It's going to be like the DS.
And I'm sure, too, the first year that this console's going to be out, there's going to be all kinds of bugs, all kinds of, like, glitches that they got to fix and all that.
Probably.
So, I think for the first year, I'm going to hang back. Also because of, like, other things going on. That is connected magnetic. That's also pretty cool.
Yeah, I wonder how strong those magnets actually are.
Yeah, they got to be strong enough to where it won't fall off like on its own, but
Yeah.
not so strong that it's like impossible to take off.
Yeah, because it'll be released with a button, so I don't know what that button is specifically supposed to do. Just like not make the magnets magnetized.
I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
not.
there's some
I'm
sort
not.
of, like
I'm not science savvy, so I'm not sure, but I'm sure they figured it out.
I imagine there's some sort of like MagSafe metal in there, but I have no idea. I'm not an engineer.
Yeah, no one is.
I'm not a scientist.
I do think when it comes to the console itself, it looks pretty cool. Like it looks bigger, and supposedly it's gonna be better. Like it's gonna run faster. It's got more RAM, more processing power.
It is bigger.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they went over how much processing power it actually has.
No, they
Like
didn't.
if they
Ben and
actually
I were
gave us a
waiting-
number.
Yeah, Ben and I were actually waiting for that number, and they never gave us that.
If they're
Yeah, I
not
didn't think so.
if they're not showboating it, that means it's not gonna be all that. Because
It does claim that you can play past Switch games on the Switch 2 at a much higher frame rate and resolution, which is promising.
when they were like when the Switch wasn't announced yet and it was still called like I think it was called Project NX,
Yeah.
they stated that this new Nintendo console was going to be stronger than the newest Xbox and the newest PlayStation 5. And guess what? It was way worse than that.
It turned out to
So-
have the same strength as a 360.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not really like trusting what Nintendo was saying. I wait for the actual reviews of people that buy the system. The only time I'll actually buy a system is when there's an exclusive game that I really, really, really want to get, such as the Wii U with Smash Bros.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna get it eventually for Okami.
Well, I mean, you
Okami
assume
isn't
it's
a-
going to be on the Switch.
It's not going to be exclusive to the Nintendo.
I don't know. It hasn't said if it is, and they also haven't said that it isn't.
Who knows? It could even come out on PC, Ruby. You don't have to buy anything.
Oh, dude, that'd be nice.
This is a new era of gaming. Capcom's a huge company. They could afford to like release shit on their own platforms. They don't have to take like publisher deals or anything.
Yeah, Okami is coming out for the PlayStation, not the Switch.
Oh, perfect. You don't have a PlayStation either.
Yeah, because that makes it better.
Because here's the thing: why get a Nintendo Switch when you can save up that money to get a PS5, which will be stronger than the Switch 2 regardless of what the specs are.
Because there's no PS games that I want. And there's so much more I want from Nintendo. It's just a better investment if I went to the Switch than to Sony.
I mean, that's fair. There aren't any games that are exclusive to PlayStation that you really want to play, so that makes sense.
Yeah, there's nothing really. Because a lot of the games are cross-platform. Or on Steam, so I just play on PC.
Even a lot of games that used to be Sony exclusives are coming to, like, Xbox and shit now.
Yeah, like what?
Like Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, well, Kingdom Hearts wasn't always a Sony exclusive. Only the first couple were. But, the Crash and the Spyro remake trilogy things are on Xbox now.
Ah, nice.
Final Fantasy VII Remake used to be PlayStation exclusive. It's on PC now.
Just Square Enix in general.
Well, Square Enix isn't like a Sony company. They make all kinds of games to go on Xbox too.
Oh, do they? I thought
Yeah.
they were exclusive to Sony as well.
No, Square Enix makes all kinds of shit.
I would love for Sony to move the God of War and Uncharted series to Xbox. That would make me love them.
God of War
they do
2018
have
is
that?
on PC now. I think Ragnarok as well. Ragnarok also got ported to PC as well.
Yeah, but like to Xbox though.
Yeah, that would be nice. Because I really want to play Ragnarok.
I feel like Sony is struggling, so they had to let go of a lot of their stuff exclusively so they could somehow make money. But even then, I don't think that's saving them.
Well, I mean, Sony's... I won't say they're struggling, but they are definitely... Making things non-exclusive does give them more money.
Yeah.
Because more people are going to buy it. It's just the idea of having it exclusive is to force people to buy your consoles. But there are already so many more people buying PS5s over Xbox anyways that they don't really need to keep their games exclusive.
I just feel like they need to come out with better games, like better titles.
The titles they come out with are great. You just don't fucking play them.
I think the last PS game I've actually played was Spyro Trilogy. Because It Takes Two, we played on Xbox.
Yeah. Oh, Spider-Man. That's another game that's on PC now. Anyways, back to the Switch. So you guys like how they kept hammering home the fact that you can use mouse controls with the Joy-Cons?
I know. Like, just say it once. Okay, cool. And then they made a whole game about it. I'm like,
The fact that they're bragging that now you can go into a party with your friends. And it's like Xbox and PlayStation have been doing that for years. For like a decade. Now you're bragging
longer
that you
than
have
that,
game
dude.
chat. Bro.
well,
Nintendo is like the fucking iPhone. Where Samsung has the features they've had for years. And now when they finally came out, they're acting like it's a brand new thing.
Yeah.
well, how the Switch is doing it is kind of cool, though. Because it's kind of
It
setting
is
up for, like,
literally the
streaming.
same. It's literally the same as Xbox, though.
It's the
like-
same fucking thing. And they're going to charge you fucking $50, $60 to buy a camera just so you can look at your friends while they're playing.
Yeah, that
This
I'm
one
not
could be
doing.
blurry and pixelated as shit.
Yeah,
and
did
then
you
the game share, the game share is going to be in a fucking 144p.
Did you guys see in the actual, like, direct, it was laggy as fuck?
Yeah. Don't brag about something like that, man. At least they were being honest and they were showing 144 resolution on the freaking game share.
And
If it was
dude, the
4K
fucking-
resolution streaming on both your Switch and your friend's Switch, then I'd be like, this is fucking stupid. That'd be false advertising. The reason they did make a clear picture for that is so that they wouldn't get sued when this shit came out.
Yeah, dude, they straight up ripped off fucking Discord's UI too.
Yeah, they did. They have the UI at the bottom with like all the people in the party. And look,
Ben called it. He was like, "Hey, that's Discord shit." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, look at it. It had to reverse it." I was like, "Oh my god, it is. The icons are exactly the same."
Put it in reverse, Terry.
So Nintendo's bragging about now they have their own Discord, but you can only access it if you get your Switch 2.
Yeah.
And pay
then,
for the
of course,
online
you need to have
membership.
the online.
And get the fucking camera. You gotta have the camera.
Well, you don't need
It
the
does
camera,
not
but
come
of course
with
you gotta
the-
get the camera.
That does not come with the Switch at all. And also that freaking, like, oh yeah, we'll show you how the features of the Nintendo Switch to, like, how it works. It's a paid game. So you have to pay for it in order for you to know how like, all this works.
That shit is so stupid. The fucking
I saw that.
Switch
Stupid,
2
dude.
introduction game that you have to pay for. All it is, it tells you what the fucking features are. That's what the back of the fucking box does.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And the manual. Doesn't
PlayStation
the
did
console
it
come on the manual?
for free when you turn on the console. When you turn on the console, 10 minutes later or like 5 minutes later, whatever, it'll show you all the freaking features that the PlayStation has. You play as Astrobot. It's
is-
free.
It is so dumb that they're charging for that shit.
I'm happy for people that were happy with the Direct. I was not. It was so fucking stupid, honestly.
There were
console.
some
Wow.
parts.
The console.
There were some parts that I was excited about, and there were some that I was like, "Dude, get over yourself." Like the fucking mouse feature. How many times did they keep telling us, "And you can use the mouse"? Dude,
I know, dude.
You know
That
what's
shit's
so
gonna
funny?
not work
You
right,
say
what's
dude.
so
mouse
funny?
one more fucking time, I'm gonna order an exterminator at Japan to fucking kill it.
These people, they're probably gonna be sitting on their couch now. They have to go find a fucking table to use it.
Dude, I bet you that shit's not even gonna work right. It's gonna be so fucking jank.
It's gonna be janky like the motion control from the Kinect.
I'll be right back.
Oh no, my mouse controls are drifting. Dude, imagine getting drift in your mouse control Switch controllers.
No, what's funny is that
Aw.
the drift, like the actual motion, just straight up does not work.
Yeah.
Your thumbsticks will drift, but your mouse won't.
That shit was so fucking whack. And then yeah, everyone's talking about the prices, like $90 games.
Yeah, that is absolutely it's absolutely incredible. Because when I was looking at it, they were like, "All right, $80 for digital copies," and I'm like, "Oh shit." They must be really hammering down to people to get people to buy physical copies because the physical copies are still gonna be $70, right? And then I found out that they're charging $10 more to get physical copies. I'm like, okay, Nintendo went completely the other direction. And literally, games have been $70 for what? 1 year. After being $60 for
like
how
a couple
long?
of years now. Yeah, that's the one thing that like a lot of people have been talking about. Like, games have been $60 like almost since like the inception of games. Like ever since the 90s, like games have been $60.
Yeah.
And then just a couple like years ago, I want to say like 2020, I want to say like is when game developers started charging $70 for their games. And at first I was okay with it because it's only $10 more, and games have not been like following like the inflation of like shit, right?
Yeah.
So if games had been like following the inflation of everything around it, like they would probably be like $150 by now. But the fact that it only went up to 70, I was okay with it at first. But now Nintendo's out here like $90, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Chill the fuck out, all right? Chill the fuck out, dude.
Yeah, like they want to fucking make that the norm with all their games, and I don't know what their fucking end game is. I hope that they're not wanting to pressure Xbox and Sony to be like, hey, we're charging 80. You should charge 80 now. You should charge 90 for your physical copies.
Oh my god, dude,
That's the worst part.
their games idea is probably the fucking worst thing I've ever heard.
Games
$10. Okay, so $80 for a digital copy, right? $90 for a physical copy, but it's not even the true physical. It's just a cartridge to insert into the Switch to get a digital version onto your cartridge. It's still a digital copy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
$90
so you're
$90
paying like,
for that?
you're paying 10 extra bucks for the box.
Dude, that's a bill. If you think about it, that's a bill payment to buy a game.
Shit, what kind
Yeah.
of bills you paying?
My water bill is around $80. Like,
Yeah.
that is absolutely bonkers.
My internet bill's like around 50 or 60. Actually, like 40 a month, so it's not too bad. But
For your internet?
no, for the electricity.
Oh, you said internet at first. I was like, what? How?
No, my internet, I do 110 a month.
I was gonna say that sounds more normal right there.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
But I do pay extra for like faster internet and all that stuff. After not having internet for like 5 years, I'm like, I'm gonna get the fucking fastest internet possible
Yeah, I
to
pay a
make
lot
up for all that
mine.
last time.
I pay a lot for mine for gigabit and unlimited.
But yeah,
Yeah, we pay for a good amount too.
Look, I seriously hope that the Nintendo Switch is one of their worst selling consoles of all time so that they can learn their fucking lesson. They think that just because they're Nintendo, people will buy their shit regardless.
They're
Regardless of price, regardless of
They're-
quality, regardless of whatever.
They're right.
They need to be taught a lesson.
Unfortunately, so Ben just kind of
I'm
taught me
buying
a
it.
lesson because I said the same thing, right? I was like, dude, no one's gonna buy this shit. Nintendo's gonna learn their lesson because it's crazy pricing. And he goes, hey, so people are gonna buy it, and here's why. For April Fools, World of Tanks did this event where they sold this specific package for X amount of money, right? There was like 3 different packages to my understanding. The first one was like, let's say $500, whatever, right? And there's X amount for each of these packages. The next tier up, I think, was like 5,000. And then the last tier that sold out was for $20,000. Real money. And it sold out. People actually bought the package. And that weekend alone, I think Ben was saying that they made, let's see, if it was 20 each, 5, that's already 100,000. So probably close to $500,000.
The fuck? Why? What was in that package?
I don't know. I don't understand what he was saying, but it was basically a way to tell players that they're a slut for World of Tanks and they'll buy anything because they're rich. And so he said, if people have money, they'll do it.
Yeah.
So, as much as we want them to learn from Cisco, Ben told me that. I was like, oh, yeah, they really will do it, huh? And he's like, yep.
Yeah, people have been saying for years, we need to boycott Nintendo. They do this and that. They keep shutting down fan projects, blah, 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 blah. And yet here they are, still easily like one of the most successful companies like in the world, and arguably like the most successful video game company in the world.
Yep.
They're so fucking rich that they go in they're constantly like throwing shit at the wall to see what it sticks with this fucking all these different IPs and shit. Even when they fail, they're like, "Hey, whatever, we'll try something different." The fucking wheelchair basketball game with fucking mouse controls coming out.
I'm not gonna lie, that game looks pretty fucking fun.
That game looks stupid as shit. Don't you
Hey,
even think about it.
I think it's fucking fun, right?
Nintendo's
I mean-
Like, yo,
constantly like doing
Paralympics for
shit
the
like
Nintendo
that.
Switch.
Nintendo is constantly doing shit like that because they can afford it.
It's a cool idea to bring that community to light of the world. Like, hey, are people who actually are disabled, and this is how they play basketball.
Oh,
Like,
I don't
it's
give
cool
two
to
shits
bring-
about that. I just want to play the game.
Well, fuck me then.
It's the mouse controls that looks dumb as shit though.
Yeah.
If that was
I
like
don't know.
if that was just a game that you just played normally, then it's like, oh, okay, whatever, just some basketball game. But you gotta use the fucking mouse controls to play. Oh, dude, it's gonna be so bad. Let me catch that at Evo.
Oh my god, dude.
You see fucking Goichi fighting Sonic Fox in Paralympics.
That would be fucking. I would pay to see that. That'd be so fucking funny.
Oh my god. But I will say though, as much as I didn't like about the Direct, there were 2 things that I really that got me excited for the Direct. The first thing was the new Donkey Kong game. Donkey
Yes,
Kong like
Bonanza
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like fun. Not gonna lie.
It does
It
look
does
pretty
look like
fun.
fun.
I just don't
Dude,
like
you
that
have
they
this-
redesigned him.
It looks like it's his early days before he met Diddy. And
Nah, he just kind of looks different. I don't think he really looks like early days.
I feel like they modeled him after the Sonic movie. Not the Sonic movie. The Mario movie.
Yeah, he does kind of look like that version almost.
I'm not a fan, but I mean, like, whatever.
yeah,
I mean, I don't like the
actually,
voice
you're
change
right.
either.
He
He
talks?
didn't really speak.
Well, no, like his grunts and shit.
Oh, I wasn't really
I-
paying attention to that.
I didn't pay attention to the grunts or anything.
It's the same voice it's the same person that voiced them in like the Mario Strikers game. That's when I first noticed that Donkey Kong had a different voice. Actually, no, it was one of the Mario parties. I forget which one. That was when I first noticed that Donkey Kong had a different voice. But it's the same voice throughout all these games now, and I still don't like it.
Well, I mean, at this point, we're kind of just nitpicking. I don't like the design. You don't like the voice. But overall, like, the game looks pretty fun.
It looks
I don't
like
this
fun.
big ass monkey.
and then they have destructible surroundings, so he just destroying shit, going through gold, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, the terramorphing. That's what looks like a lot of fun to me.
Oh, is that what that's called? I never knew what it was called.
I mean, that's what terramorphing like means, but you can call it whatever.
It looks like fun.
So yeah, the Donkey Kong game looks like fun. I'm pretty sure that's the first like 3D Donkey Kong since Donkey Kong 64. There hasn't been any others, has there?
I mean, there's been remakes.
What about,
of,
like, Tropical Freeze?
Donkey
Was
Kong
that,
Country.
No, Tropical Freeze is part of the Country franchise, so it's like a 2D game.
It's
Okay.
in 3D animation, but it's a side scroller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every Donkey Kong game has all been side scrollers. I think this is gonna be the first 3D since 64.
Yeah. It looks like fun. It caught Ben's eye really quick when I was playing the direct, and he was like, "I want that," and I was like, "Haha, no, you don't. Look at the price of the console."
Yeah, don't remind me. But yeah, so Donkey Kong looked pretty good, and motherfucking Dusk Blood or Blood Dusk or whatever the fuck
Dude.
it was called.
No, Dust Blood. That looks fun.
When I initially started watching the trailer, I was like, this looks like Elden Ring. And then I saw the character designs and I saw the guns, and I was like, no way is this Bloodborne 2. Because Sony owns the IP to Bloodborne, and this is a fucking Nintendo Direct. And then you know, you see the From Soft tag, and I'm like, holy shit, what is this? And it looks so good. It looks really, really good. And I think this is supposed to be basically Bloodborne 2. Because Miyazaki has stated that he really wants to make a Bloodborne 2, but Sony is a bunch of fucking assholes.
So what? They're not like giving him permission or like the funding for it?
No, and they own the Bloodborne IP. So FromSoft can't do anything unless Sony's like, yeah, go ahead.
Wow, that's fucking sucks.
Dude, why do the suits have to be so fucking out of touch?
I know. Let's get my man Luigi on the phone. So,
Oh,
Ayo.
here we go.
wow. It just looks really good. And even in the trailer, like showing like the little gameplay and stuff that it did show, I didn't notice any frame drops or anything. So I'm hoping it runs well on the fucking Switch.
It looks pretty good.
Oh man, that trailer made my nipples hard.
My nipples look like milk duds. As we were.
Anyways, you haven't played Bloodborne, have you guys?
No. I
No.
have not.
It's so good. It's so good.
I've been told it's a very fun Souls game.
It's on my list, but it's pretty far down on the list. I got a lot of other games.
Huh. Mío también.
Yeah, that's the life of a busy gamer.
That's the life of a fucking work person that has little free time on their hands.
Work.
Yep.
Work.
What's up?
You can either work a job and do your hobby for as long as you want and have no sleep, or you can do your job, sleep well, and have like 30 minutes to an hour to do your hobby.
Get better, Walmart. Well, yeah.
I mean, that's just life. That's just what's like being an adult.
And then if a kid comes into the mix, Francisco, ho 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 ho.
Say goodbye to your hobby.
Say goodbye to all of that shit.
Say goodbye to your
Say goodbye
life.
to your Exodia
Sac-
cards.
Unless you start sacrificing sleep, like me.
How about I just quit my job?
I mean, if
Replace
Sydney
it with
can
my
bring in
hobby.
the bread, yeah, if she can bring the bread in for you and you can do that, good on you, man.
It's not gonna happen, but whatever.
I gotta find a way to make playing video games my job.
Dude,
way I
you
can
just
actually
put a
fucking
camera.
hard, man.
It's hard because of the scheduling. The scheduling can be brutal. If you don't stick to it, that's what kind of does you in.
Not only that, but like, yes, setting a schedule, they'll get you more consistent viewers because people will know when you're online. You also have to you just have to get lucky that people just click on your shit while you're doing something cool or funny, whatever, and hope they stick around.
And so instead of location, it's advertisement, advertisement, advertisement. You have to sell yourself everywhere, bro, before you start getting a following. Well, you know that,
Sell my
Francisco.
soul to the demon.
Yeah, dude, it's you. Sometimes I swear it's fucking luck. I swear it's luck that you'll just happen to have like the viewers that you do. One of my friends, he started streaming not too long ago. I think he's been doing it for like a few months, and he's already like at 100 and something followers.
Nice.
I've been streaming
Damn.
for a few years, and I'm like at 90, and I'm just like, damn, good on him. But like that, I'm just fucking unlucky then.
Well,
Because whenever I
it also
do
has
stream, I'll only have like a 0.4 average of viewers after
It
a
also
3-hour
has a-
stream, and I'm just like, ugh.
It also just has a lot to do with like your personality. If people just click with it, if they're enjoying it, you know, it's just
You're fucking boring,
everyone's
bro.
different. No, that's not what I said. It just really depends, like how you are, how and like you said, lucky if the planets align, you'll get the right people in. But until then, just kind of do you and enjoy it. Like, well, look at Markiplier. Nobody fucking knew him until he like just suddenly exploded doing his Amnesia runs. At least that's how
Well,
I met him.
I mean, this is nothing new. Every big streamer and YouTuber has all said the same thing. It is a lot of hard work and consistency and putting in the time, but it doesn't matter if you do any of that if you get unlucky. It is like 90% luck and 10% of the work. Like every big YouTuber and streamer will tell you that. It doesn't matter if you make the greatest like content in the world if nobody clicks on it to watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
Same thing with YouTube. You can put your video out there, but if it doesn't appear on anyone's like feed, no one's gonna click on it.
There is something that I hate to bring this fucker up, but what Mr. Beast said, how he's successful in people clicking on his videos. I can't remember exactly what he says, but it was somewhere along the lines of like, make it somewhere insane that people are like, what? No way. And click on it. Like, in a sense, be clickbait. And it fortunately, it works.
Well, yeah. I mean, people have been doing that forever.
Yeah.
People have been doing that since before Mr. Beast. Like, that's nothing new. He didn't invent clickbait.
No, it just happened to be through his thing that I heard that advice. And I was like, oh, yeah, it does work. Unfortunately.
I mean, it's called clickbait for a reason.
Yeah.
Baiting people to click onto it and see, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But then some people will say like, oh, this is just clickbait, and then they'll never watch your shit ever again.
Yeah. I mean,
Eh.
that's if you keep posting, like, the same shit. If you just post nothing but actual clickbait, then, yeah, eventually people will catch on.
Yeah, can't please everybody.
Nope.
Just gotta do you and truck along.
Hope I get lucky.
And yeah, I guess hope you get lucky. I got super lucky meeting the client that I did, so there'll be one for you.
Yeah, I got super lucky with my drug dealer, Javier.
Wait a minute.
Oh shit. Wait, mute that.
My middle name is Javier.
Is it actually?
It is, yeah.
Oh.
Dude, how have I never known that?
I
'Cause
did
you
not
never
know you
looked at
had
my
a middle
ID.
name.
No, I can't say I have.
And I don't want to either. Get the thing away from me.
Do you guys know my middle name?
You don't have a middle name. You've stated this before.
Yeah.
Do you know
I like
mine?
tricky people with that. Yeah.
Not you, Francisco.
I
That's why I didn't
knew
say
it. I've heard it before, but I forgot what it was.
My nana had a really hard time saying my middle name. It's
Yeah. But she also had a hard time. She also had a hard time saying Mississippi.
Yeah, she did.
There's a town in Mexico called Magdalena, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Anyways, moving on. You guys want to talk about? Okay, we got a few things we can talk about here. We can talk about Devil May Cry anime, or we could talk about a couple like updates that Ruby's got going on here.
Are the
I
updates
can-
quick?
I mean, some of them are. Some of them might get a little, like,
What the fuck?
little-
You
a
just
little
posted
political?
like 10 shit?
yeah, because I started remembering, like, oh yeah, this happened. Oh yeah, that happened.
Okay.
So, bulleting off real quick, there has been an announcement of a new avatar called Fire and Ash.
That's not
I
new. We've known
haven't-
that for a while.
Well, I didn't know. Okay.
I knew about it. It takes place after Korra in like a destroyed world or whatever. It's gonna follow two twins. One of them's the Avatar.
Yeah.
Continue.
So, Ben and I are at the end of finishing Dr. Stone's newest season, and holy shit, dude, that was fucking insane. Just, I don't want to say anything because of Francisco, spoiler's sake, and it's pretty recent too, the season, so I just don't want to ruin it anyone else who's watching it. Game update, well, you know, playing Dreamlight Valley. I'm trying to avoid my D20 challenge because then I have to play the game all fucking over.
I've told you already. You just have to beat the game again. Like, I could like hop in and just two-shot everything for you, and that'll technically count.
Yeah, I know. But I guess now that I know what to do, it probably might just be really quick if I just bullet right through.
If you blast through with Sonic speed.
Blasting with Sonic speed. The next thing to update, these are a little political, but Dad has sent me a TikTok about people. I don't know if you heard about this, Francisco. Apparently, people are getting arrested and deported just because of the type of tattoos they have.
That's stupid.
I don't know how legit it is. Of course, there's been TikToks sent to me from my dad and Mecha about it. Also, I'm pretty sure that is illegal and unconstitutional to do that.
I don't trust the news that comes from TikTok. I've seen those videos they sent me to.
Yeah, I don't either, but I also haven't really done my research to see if there's any legitimacy to it, because it's just, like, there's no way.
I just think that's like dumb. I don't like I speechless. Like, why? Tattoos, really?
I don't know.
That's called being
But-
racist.
So the word goes, people, depending on what kind of tattoos they have, are getting arrested and deported illegally. There is a, I don't know if he's a soccer player or just somebody who has a soccer tattoo that's gone, I don't want to say popular, but for lack of a better word, popular on TikTok, that they use him as an example, that he has this tattoo of like the World Cup or some very recognizably soccer related tattoo.
Okay.
Got arrested, was sent to like wherever they send people to get deported. Like, he's on the ground on his hands and knees. He's been stripped out of like normal clothing and all that. And somehow his wife was able to depict him out of the crowd because she saw a picture. And I'm like, how the fuck would she have known? And how did she get a picture? You know, like, I don't, there's like a lot of things that don't make sense of what's happening.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, if she saw a picture of him and could see the tattoo, then I would imagine that is pretty recognizable.
Well, no, yeah, that I was like, okay, but how did you get a picture of him being detained for deportation?
I don't know.
That's what I mean. Like I said, I haven't done research on my own to see how true this is. It's just been spreading like wildfire on TikTok. And then next political thing is recently 4 American soldiers died during a training accident in I don't know how to say it.
Lithuania.
Lithuania. Yes. And the Lithuanian president did a honorable send-off of the American soldiers as they were coming back here to U.S. grounds. And as they landed back here on the U.S. grounds, Obama was there, Biden was there, I think almost any other president but Trump was there. Trump's cabinet announced to, I guess, the world that he will not be attending the ceremony for the fallen soldiers and that he was going to a golf tournament in Florida.
A golf tournament? That's why he was missing?
Yep.
They should have just kept his mouth shut, honestly. It would have made him look better.
First
But
off, dude.
I know people are gonna defend him like, well, at least he's honest.
I was thinking in my brain, like, well, he's the active president, so there's probably something actually important happening. But no, if he's at a golf tournament, yeah. Luigi?
He just straight up just said I'm not going, I'm going to a golfing tournament. And then the news started to shit on Biden just because he looked at his watch while the ceremony was happening.
This is why I just don't catch up with politics, man. There's always like something negative, and I'm just like, dude, literally, I have no time for this. I'm just gonna stop.
Politics itself is rooted in negativity.
Yeah. And
it's
like,
always the same shit all the time. It's people taking shit out of context to make their opposite party look bad.
That's why I also hate watching news, and I like to read articles. Even then, it's hard to find something not biased because every news TV is for one side or the other. There is not a news station that's truly non-biased and just straight facts unless I read it.
I think the only way you're ever going to read something about politics that's not biased is, 1, a transcript to an interview where it's literally just what they said word for word and it's not somebody else's summary of it. Or an individual person that's doing a summary, an unbiased summary, and he doesn't work for a company. He doesn't have an agenda. It's literally just a single person that's summarizing something. That's like pretty much the only way you're going to get anything that's like unbiased, because everybody is going to have their own biases. Even if they say they're not biased, they're going to slip in something that's biased. It's just human nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it gets me really annoyed when customers are all like, have you seen the news? And I'm just like, nope, I'm ignorant. I don't know nothing. I don't want to speak about it. You should be watching the news. And it's like, nope, I don't want to talk about
Last thing I
it.
need is fucking negativity in my life. I don't need to know that 5 children died in the school bus accident the other day.
Oh, speaking of, update on the school bus that
Transition
happens.
is S rank.
It was until you said that.
So they did confirm that the person was intoxicated, was drunk driving.
Okay, the person that hit the bus, to clarify.
Yes.
Yeah, not the school bus driver.
No, the dude who hit the
Not the
bus,
kids.
he was drunk. Okay, here's the crazy shit, okay? So they charged him with a DUI for being under the influence of marijuana.
Oh.
And that he apparently smoked weed 2 days before the accident and is pleading not guilty to the DUI.
Okay.
And it's like, no.
Wait.
Like, that's...
So he
What
got
do you
into
mean,
a
no?
car crash because he smoked weed 2 days ago?
No.
That's not how
Wow.
that shit works.
To what the report said when I read it, he was drunk. Like his alcohol level passed a certain mark to have ran into the bus. But they also charged him for smoking weed, and he's trying to fight the charges against that, saying that he smoked weed 2 days ago and he shouldn't be charged for a DUI on that. Which is like, you're
Okay.
still done, bro. Like, why are you fighting this?
Okay, so they for sure got him on being intoxicated for alcohol. And during the
Ye-
testing, I imagine they found traces of THC in his blood, in his bloodstream.
Yes.
So they're also throwing that into the mix when he was like, no, it was just still in my system from a few days ago.
Right.
So he's trying to lessen his charges, essentially.
He's trying to. I don't think it's going to work.
I mean, I get why he would fight that, but also, man, fuck you. Just go to jail. you you hit a bus full of kids.
Yeah.
It doesn't say if it was it did say it was a kid, but one of the kids who went to the hospital critically had to get his hand or their hand amputated.
I did hear about that.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's just horrible. That poor kid, man. I cannot imagine being in my teens and now my hand's gone.
Yeah, how are you gonna jack off?
Okay.
Well, it depends on which hand. Depends on which hand.
It didn't say. It just said they had to lose a hand.
I don't think that's the important part here.
That's a good point. Good point. But yeah, fuck that guy.
So it's been tough, and everybody is hoping for the driver to be put behind bars for the rest of his life.
I hope he goes to jail and his bunkies requeese.
Yeah, but knowing the judicial system, he's only gonna be away for like maybe a month or so, and then he's gonna be back on the street doing the same goddamn thing.
Wait, is he white?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right, Francisco.
Actually, is he? I don't know.
If he's
don't
brown, he's
know.
gonna be locked up for a couple years. If he's black, he's getting sent to like the chair.
He's definitely
Yeah,
not
he's-
black.
He's going to like just die.
Just die.
Yeah, he's gonna mysteriously hang himself in a jail cell.
Mysteriously?
Yes, mysteriously.
I don't. He's definitely not black. I just don't know if he is white or Hispanic.
If it's a white teenager, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he was a prestigious kid going to college. He has best grades. Just let him off with a little warning."
Why just sound like Trump?
Oh, you mean I'm just sounding like a generic fucking white? But you know, defending people person. Because that's exactly what they did with fucking Brock Turner. Remember that piece of shit?
Who?
That name sounds familiar. Remind me again.
Brock Turner, he at the time was like a
he shot up
17-year-old.
he shot up the theater.
No,
Okay, never mind.
no. Brock Turner was at the time 17 or something like that, and he raped a girl at a party or something. And when he was getting charged for it, they were saying like, "Oh, he's a prestigious kid. Don't let one stupid mistake ruin his whole life." Trying
my
to
God,
get
I
him off
do
the hook for all that stuff.
I do remember that.
What I find funny is that his legacy, like, there's a book somewhere. I think it was like it wasn't like a dictionary. It was something, and under the word rape, they actually have a portrait of him on there, along with the definition.
Oh my god.
I bet if I
So
look
did
him
he
up
get away
right
with it?
now, I don't think so,
Okay, good.
because the public heard about that whole situation, so they were like, "No, we need to send this guy to jail." Let me look him up. It's been a while.
I do believe in second chances, but there are some things that when you cross that line, there's no going back, and that's definitely one of them.
Yep. Anything with rape with kids, murder, like first degree murder, nope.
All right, People v. Turner is the formal name for the 2016 California criminal case in which Brock Allen Turner was convicted of 3 felony sexual assault charges. The assault
3?
occurred on
3?
Stanford University's campus in 2015 after a fraternity party and involved the sexual assault of a young woman, Emily Doe. Judge Aaron Persky sentenced Turner to 6 months in county jail, 3 years of probation, and lifetime sex offender registration.
6 months in jail with 3 years probation? That seems pretty light.
Yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 indictments. And he was found... Oh, wait a minute. Count 1. Rape of an intoxicated person. Withdrawn by prosecution. Count 2. Rape of an unconscious person in violation of blah, 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 blah. Withdrawn by prosecution. Counts 3, 4, and 5. Sexual penetration of an unconscious person. Sexual penetration of an intoxicated person. And assault with intent to commit rape. Both, or all 3 of them were guilty.
Hey, you found guilty for all 3 of those and only got 6 months?
Yes.
What a fucked up system we're in.
Okay,
It's
Turner,
skills
then a
white, huh?
19-year-old student athlete at Stanford, sexually assaulted 22-year-old while she was unconscious.
Oh my god.
Turner was arrested and released the same day after posting a $150,000 bail.
What?
This kid's white, huh? With rich parents?
Yes.
Yeah, this makes sense.
And what do you know? There's a controversy tab in the Wikipedia article.
Yep, of course there is.
Repercussions for the judge is one of the tabs on here as well. The judge
Yeah,
is
fuck that judge.
definitely like a relative or something. Jail and aftermath. The day of his release, Turner's parents contacted the police expressing concern about protesters being a danger to their safety. The day after his release, protesters gathered on the sidewalk outside his family's Ohio home, several of them carrying guns and affiliated with an anarchist group that regularly organizes armed protests in Ohio. And that's the end of it.
Only in Ohio, skibbity gat.
But yeah, fuck that guy.
Yep, fuck that guy, fuck that judge.
Sorry, I had to
This.
I had to mute myself because Valerie came in like a tornado and started screaming.
That's
Just
fine.
turn
I
on
was
the
just
siren.
going off on a tangent.
Oh, I heard he was charged with. You're guilty on
After
all
that,
3 of these
but
fucking
sure.
charges. Yeah, fuck that guy. Let's just move on. Anyways, those are the quick things.
Well, Francisco, you posted on here Val Kilmer. What's up with that?
Oh yeah.
He is an actor. He did the voice of Moses in The Prince of Egypt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He just passed away earlier this month, I think.
Oh,
like-
really?
Late March or something like that, yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
He was in some other stuff, but since I recently watched Prince of Egypt, I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. Well, rest in peace, my man. He did a brilliant performance.
Yes, he did.
Oh, yeah. I recognize this guy. Yeah, he's a very famous actor. He's in a lot of stuff. Mostly like 80s and 90s, I want to say.
Pobrecito.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they waited to
you could-
announce his death for
I was
that
gonna
reason.
say you could have held out for just like one more day. Oh well.
Yeah.
You probably
Poor
just reply like,
peoples.
"Damn, that sucks," and then move on with your day.
Yeah, it would just be an awkward conversation. Yeah. Rest in peace, my guy.
Other than that, you wanna start talking about the Devil May Cry anime? So I went into the show thinking that it was canon. It is not canon. It is an adaptation. So it's not canon to the video game franchise, and because of that, I'm not rating it harshly because it's telling like its own spin on the Devil May Cry world. I didn't think it was perfect. It definitely had some flaws, but overall, I still enjoyed it. I gave it a 8.5 out of 10.
Doesn't sound like Junior did.
Uh-oh.
So I liked it.
Oh, okay.
No, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. It's just that like I also thought it was going to be canon, but then once I got to like the third episode or something, that's when I was like, okay, this is definitely not canon because there is so much that is completely different from what's actually happening in the games.
Yep.
That there's no way this could be canon. It's got to be its own like in-universe like thing, right?
Yeah,
So-
which is apparently the same thing that they did with Castlevania, right? It wasn't canon to the games. It was just like its own story.
I mean, probably. When it comes to the Castlevania games, I've never really paid attention to the story. Honestly, I've only just
Me neither.
played them,
Yeah.
so I couldn't really tell you. I wouldn't. They probably did though. I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
because I was reading up on Twitter like, oh yeah, people are angry that Devil May Cry anime wasn't like this and that, and they're like, Castlevania fans have been saying this for years or something like that.
Yeah, that would make sense. I'm gonna go over what I really liked about the anime first, which was, of course, the animation is really fucking good. Minus the CG, but I'll get to that. And then the music was good, minus Limp Bizkit.
Okay, whatever. To each their own.
I just personally don't like Limp Bizkit. I just don't like their music. But it makes sense to use a Limp Bizkit song for the intro because it just fits Dante's like character.
Yeah.
I just don't like them as a band. But all of the other soundtracks were really good. I loved when Virgil like was shown that it played like a segment of like Buried the Light.
Storm that is approaching.
Like that made my nipples hard when I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh.
The renditions of like Devil Trigger, and then like even when it showed
My devil trigger.
some other stuff with Virgil later on, you could hear like V's soundtrack too in the background.
Oh, I noticed
I
that
like-
too. Yeah, they did Crimson Cloud.
Yeah, I like that too. I all of the stuff that they did like with the music, I think was like perfect and spot on. Of course, Dante was fun. He was a great character. The story overall was like, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good, but because I've played the games, everything was predictable, you know.
Yeah.
But they were definitely going for more of a, if you've never played the games, this is for you type of audience. But with still throwing in stuff for the game fans as well.
So
which
I'll
I did
like it?
appreciate. Yeah, you'll like it. I think you'll really like it. It's a good show, and I think it's even better if you haven't played the games.
Yeah, because
Interesting.
you won't know like characters' backstories, so you won't have that like thought over your head
Expectations.
where it's like, yeah, like, oh wait a minute, but the backstory in the games was this.
Yeah,
You'll be
knowing
le-
the
and you'll be less
backstory.
pissy.
Yeah, knowing the backstory of the characters already actually kind of spoils some of the plots that the show tries to do. I mean, you already know this, Ruby, but spoiler alert: if people don't want the story to Devil May Cry anime spoiled, like click away now. Spoiler alert: Ruby, you already know that Dante is part demon, part human, but in the show, Dante doesn't know that he's part devil. So that's like a whole plot
Oh.
point that he's discovering that for the first time.
Wait, I thought he knew that from the beginning.
Well,
He
yeah,
thought
in the
was
games, yeah.
in the show, he just thinks he's like a superhero.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like Dante, all right.
Yeah, that's just another example of the show doing its own thing. But so yeah, I like that. I like the choreography. Choreography of the fights were really good. Some of the new characters they introduced were really cool. I like seeing old faces, like seeing Lucille in the beginning when they were rounding up all the devil hunters or the demon
Oh,
hunters.
Lucia, yeah.
Or Lucia. I thought that was a cool reference, just seeing her again. But yeah, overall it was really good. What I don't like, and this is actually a big one for me, as I don't like Lady in the anime.
Oh, is it because she like swears every like few seconds?
That is exactly why. I hate that. I hate it so much. They made her so different in the show than she is in the game. and it pisses me off.
I hate this. These fucking devils with the fucking demons and the fucking things and the fucking that.
That's actually how she talks.
I don't like that either, honestly. Like, yeah, make it rated R. Yeah, make characters swear when it's appropriate. But don't just let them do it just because you have permission. Like, it just doesn't sound natural or good.
Well, here's the other thing I didn't like about it. One, she doesn't talk like that in the games. And two, nobody talks like that in the games. There's not, like, insane use of profanity in the games. Like, there's just, like, the bitch, shit, or I'm going to kick your ass. Like, that's the most swearing they say in the games.
Yeah.
And then in the anime, ladies literally saying, I will fuck your fuck, you fucking fuckhead. Like, that's how she talks. It's so stupid. She doesn't say exactly that, but you get what I'm saying.
Right. That it just
The point
the swearing
is
doesn't
that
make
she
sense.
actually swears, where in the games it was really minimal. The games didn't even have like really bad swearing until Devil May Cry 5 when Nero's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the swearing doesn't even fit. Like she's just swearing just because they're like, oh, we can have them do it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
And she pissed me off. Like, she's just a bitch in the show, dude. Like, in Devil May Cry 3 in the game, like, yeah, she's kind of bitchy and mean to Dante, but it's like, it's done in like a really charismatic way where she's like trying to be mysterious. She's like, I got my own problems, whatever. But in the anime, she's just an annoying bitch. Like, she's just so mean to Dante for no reason.
In the anime, she's pretty much blinded by rage and will kill any demon regardless of like whatever. And because Dante's a demon, she's automatically like, oh, I hate you. I don't want to hear anything you got to say.
Yeah. It's just her being such an integral character to the show, and also being a character that I like from the games. I really, really hated her in the anime.
Yeah, you're not
That's a
alone.
shame.
A lot of people didn't like Lady in the anime.
That's a shame.
So that was one thing that I didn't like. The other thing was the use of CG. They used quite a bit, and for the most part, it looks pretty good. But there were some times where it was like pretty damn bad, though.
Like
And it
whenever,
really throws you off.
what's her name, Echidna showed up.
Yeah, whenever she showed up, hers was kind of wanky. Agni and Rudra, for the most part, look pretty good. Same with oh shit, what's his name?
Oh, what about Cavalier Angelo?
Cavalier, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Cavalier, he looked pretty good a lot of times. There were a couple instances where he looked kind of wanky, but he looked pretty good. Whenever Dante was CG'd, though, it looked kind of bad.
Oh shit, I never
Specifically-
realized Dante was ever CG'd.
Specifically, the one that caught my eye is in, I think it's like the 4th episode or the 5th episode, when he's on the motorcycle chasing after the van, and Agni and Rudra like throw a car at him, and then he like jumps through the window of the car from the motorcycle. That whole thing is like CG'd, and his face looks really bad there.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Yeah, if you watch it again, you'll see what I'm saying.
I was too busy rocking out to Papa Roach.
All the 2D animation, of course, looked beautiful because it's the same studio that did Castlevania. But whenever they did use CG, it was kind of like 50-50 if it was going to look good or not. So I thought that was kind of like, it felt a little lazy.
Overall,
shame.
I do like what they did with the show. And again, if you're big on the games and you're adamant that everything has to be by the game rules or game lore or whatever, you're not going to like it. They changed too many things.
Yeah,
I feel
well,
like
now
there's
that I
not a
know,
show. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, now that I know it's its own contained thing and it's not actually connected to the games, then yeah, I'm fine with like how it turned out.
Like how Lady got her name.
Yeah.
There were some really freaking good episodes in there too. Like that episode where they wait. Have you finished it?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
Nice. So like that episode where they do the backstory on the rabbit.
Yeah, actually, that was a really good episode. I like the
shit, I
animation
forgot
style
about the-
change.
I forgot about the character of the rabbit. I loved him. I thought
He was
great.
a good character. Yeah. I think he's actually like, He's actually like one of the best like DMC villains out. Honestly, he was really cool.
Yeah, because everyone has
And-
like their motivations, but the rabbit had the best one.
Yeah,
Because what's
and
fucking
I love-
Arius's?
I love
So
the
what's
animation
Arius-
change of his backstory episode.
Oh yeah, when they made it like all like cartoony.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. And I like how there was like almost no dialogue in that episode, but it still got its like message through.
Yeah.
That would be your favorite episode, Ruby, of the whole show. I know for a fact it would be your favorite episode.
The rabbit?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 6th episode.
It's near the end, yeah.
Okay.
I
what
don't
were you
like
saying?
I don't like the fact that they like showed his backstory and then all the stuff that he's doing throughout the show, like using hostages. I'm just like, aren't you supposed to be defending these people?
I mean, he does kind of explain that in the end.
Yeah. I just
I
thought
won't
he would
say-
like care more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those like what's it called? Like sacrifice for the greater good type of situations
Yeah.
where he's kind of has to like use his people as leverage to gain more power to be able to truly free them, but you should watch it, Ruby. So I'm not going to say like what happens at the end.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
I think she's muted.
no.
Probably.
Just sometimes Discord can catch me, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why.
How can it catch you if it doesn't have arms?
I'm gonna stab you.
But dude, one of my freaking favorite moments of the anime, it's in the first episode when they send all the bounty hunters to go catch Dante, and they're shooting at like the wall where he's supposed to be standing, and then he just
Oh,
appears right
yeah.
next to him like, "Who are we shooting at?"
Yeah, that made me laugh out loud.
That is so Dante, man. I love that even though like they did their own spin on Dante, he's still a goofball. I love him.
Yeah, another thing I really liked actually, that scene when he's fighting the bounty hunters, it really shows how fast Dante really is
Yes,
with
dude.
the way
that
they
he
animate
can-
his movement.
and it makes him look like he's just teleporting when in reality he's just moving. He's that fast.
Yeah, because like when you play the games, like you don't really get a sense for how powerful your characters actually are or how fast they actually are, and then when you see him animated, like the way he moves and stuff, it's like yes, that's actually how fast he is in the lore of the games and shit. It's really cool to watch.
Yeah, and they even portray it kind of well in some of the games, like when he uses Trickster to like teleport. Like, yeah, he can move that fast.
Or in the
Naturally,
third game when
he doesn't need to be in the Trickster style. You know what I mean?
yeah, or in the third game when he's fighting Virgil on the top of the tower and not a single raindrop can get close to them because that's how fast they're swinging their swords.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Or another thing that they did in Devil May Cry 5 is when they introduced the Fury. You know that dude that like teleports and he has the two blades.
Yeah,
Kind of looks like a
he does
lizard.
the finger gun.
Yeah, like the demon is like right behind him. He's about to like slash at him. And while all that is in slow motion, Dante moves at normal speed and he like points at the demon. And it's like, wow, that's an insane reaction time, but it's totally like he's that fast.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like there's some good stuff from the show, and there's some that it's like, well, they had to do their own spin.
I find more good than bad in the show. But if you played the games, you would find more bad than good. But that's if you don't have an open mind.
Overall, I do think it was more good than bad. It was literally like, it was some of the CGI threw me off, and that has nothing to do with the game. That's just like animation in general, because it's the same studio that did Castlevania, so they could have done the whole thing 2D and would have looked amazing, right? But
Yeah.
they opt for CG in this one, so I know that using CG makes it go by a lot quicker. You use a lot less money; it's more efficient. But because it's a studio that did Castlevania, I had a higher expectation for the animation. So that's why I was a little disappointed to see how much CG they used. And then of course Lady, like the way they wrote her character, I just hate it.
That's a shame.
That was the only thing, like as far as like game adaptation goes, that I didn't like.
Oh, dude, how could I fucking forget Joe Biden, the fucking vice president?
What?
Oh yeah,
There's
the
a
vice president. Is
yeah, the
weird.
vice president is involved in the show, and he looks like fucking Joe Biden if he was on steroids.
Oh my god.
He's voiced by Kevin Conroy.
Wait,
Oh.
what?
Yeah.
Wait, Kevin Conroy, isn't he the Batman voice actor?
Yeah, he passed away 2 years ago, but he recorded the voice for the vice president.
Oh, he had already had that recorded before he passed. Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes I was like,
Oh,
oh, they
and-
brought his corpse back for recording.
And then the actual president, he's like this fucking country boy. He's like all American. He's like, whoa, what the hell is all with the demons and whatnot?
yeah,
Another
that's pretty
gator.
accurate.
Yeah, just like that.
No, demon, give me that show.
No, demon, give me that sword, man.
Get him, mama.
But yeah, overall, I'd recommend the show to people.
Well, sounds good.
And of course, you already saw him playing Dance Dance Revolution, Ruby.
Oh, dude, I loved it.
All right, well, let's continue.
I guess Discord's not picking her up again.
Probably not.
You guys didn't hear, dude. This is so frustrating.
Frustrating. That's how I heard because he cut out.
Yeah.
In the making.
Oh yeah, I was actually going to bring up that I went to Game On Expo this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You got to meet Jason Griffith, right?
Yes, he's such a cool dude. I talked to him, and at the very end, when I was like about to walk away, I went up to him and I'm just like, "Hey, I know what they say about like never meet your heroes. I'm just glad that you're not an asshole." And then I gave him a fist bump.
Oh my god.
And then right when you turned around, he pulled out his finger guns and he put a rubber band on it. He was about to shoot you in the back of the head with a rubber
He
band.
called me a disgusting black creature.
Oh my god.
Nah,
That's
he
pretty
didn't.
cool though.
Did you
But,
actually get him to quote anything?
In person, I don't think so. But I had him sign a few things. I'm actually gonna send them in the Discord right now.
He signed my Sonic dildo,
They got one
my
of
shadow
those?
butt plug.
Hey,
So
I'll
I
take
had
the
him
butt
s-
plug.
So I had him sign my my Sonic the Werehog Funko,
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
and he even put like in red marker the
Oh my
I see
god,
it
I
there.
see it.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
I had him sign that, and then on his table, I got this picture of Sonic, Shadow, and Jet, which he voiced all three of them.
He voiced
He
Jet
also
too?
voiced Jet?
Yeah, he's the one that's like, so you're supposed to be the fastest thing alive.
Well, Discord
Wow.
did not like that.
You did not.
Yeah, he did a
That's-
quote
that's awesome.
for each one of them too. Like, behold the power of the Chaos Emeralds, and then the here we go. And then Jet is just like, shut your beak.
It's not the sneeze when you get up to an opponent while you're dashing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So weird.
And then this is the last one. It's a Sonic Unleashed autograph.
So when the sun goes down, I turn into this?
And then, of course,
That's fucking cool.
Nice.
I would love to meet Chris Sabat one day. He is
Christopher
truly
Sabat?
he's just my fucking hero. Cause every character I have a crush on, he voices.
oh, like Piccolo.
No.
He voices my favorite character in One Piece right now. He voices Zoro.
Oh. Nice.
Still watching One Piece. Still good.
With cheese,
Man,
Mr.
you're
Scoop.
gonna be on there for a bit.
I did see that last picture on your Instagram.
Yeah, dude, I
That's
love
pretty
them.
cool. It looks like he was
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah, he was actually super cool, and I actually saw on his Instagram a while back that this is when I brought up like, hey, I'm glad you're not an asshole. And then the next day I saw that he didn't like kind of like a mock interview or something, and he said that the best part about like doing all that is how involved he was in like people's childhoods, and that he doesn't understand why anyone that like has a fan base would ever look down on their fan base because of how much they were involved, you know?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean,
need
your
your fans to
fan
make
base.
money.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're kind of important to your success.
Yeah, so like he's grateful to be in the position that he is.
That's good, man.
I would. Yeah.
You need grateful people to be in higher positions because then you know they're not going to abuse it.
Yeah. Exactly. Like
Yeah, we were
Chris
also
Abbott.
talking about the like the other Sonic voice actors too. I told him like, yeah, Roger Craig Smith, like he's good. He's an amazing voice actor, but like I grew up with you, and he's like, oh yeah, yeah. And then I told him like, I just need
Oh, yeah.
well,
He
Yeah, what
did
is
not
it?
like
I
that.
I forgot what he said. Okay, he didn't actually say that.
He was like, this fucking dude.
And I told him like, now I just have to meet Ryan Drummond, because he did the voice from like Sonic Adventure and Heroes.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, you'll probably get a chance to meet him pretty soon, because he's like doing cons now. And like, yeah, we still keep in touch. We talked a lot during the transition from like Jason to Roger Craig Smith, because like he was getting backlash and whatnot and all that stuff.
Ooh. That's rough.
Yep. Between all the Sonic voices, I do think Roger is my favorite, just because I like the more like adult sounding, like more like kind of like manly sounding Sonic.
Yeah.
But Jason would
It's
be my
over,
second
Egghead.
favorite. Yeah, Jason Griffith will definitely be my second favorite, and I actually just straight up don't like Ryan Jones
Really?
Sonic. I actually just straight up don't like it. Yeah.
Talk about a low budget flight. No food or movies. I'm out of here.
Who's the one that voices him in Sonic Boom?
Roger Craig Smith.
That's Roger. Yeah.
I like that Sonic.
Roger that. Who's Roger? He's talking about me.
Dude, that show cannot be fucking real, man. It's so hilarious.
Bro, I'm finding so much good shit from like clips and shit, especially when they do the Sonic Boom mentality, and they just like
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Knuckles
Dude,
mentality is my
Sonic and Tails is a savage, dude.
they freaking have one of Amy going like, Sonic, do you remember the twins? And Sonic's like,
Oh, yeah.
I remember the twins, all right. Oh my god, dude.
That's so good.
It's so fucking funny. I've laughed at every single one of those. I'm like, how am I not watching the show?
The reason why I'm not watching the show is because there's like 300 episodes or something. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna watch that.
Dude,
much.
No.
we are anime watchers. That's fucking nothing.
But like, I'm not as dedicated to watching anime as I was back then. Back when I had
Just look at
time,
my
you
filler list, bro.
know? Sonic Boom filler list.
Every episode is canon.
I think I am going to start watching it now that I'm kind of sitting here thinking about it.
You can't start another show, Ruby. You still haven't even finished Naruto.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Forgot. I'm in the middle of that. But Naruto is going pretty fucking quick since I'm skipping a lot of the filler stuff.
Yeah, how's everything? Is it everything you hoped for?
Yeah, it's actually a really good ass show.
Yeah, I mean, it was part of the big three for a reason.
Yep, it's really fucking good. Sasuke is not being a little... No, he's still a little bitch. But Naruto, like, I loved Naruto from the beginning, but I'm falling more in love with him. Just seeing his character development, just seeing how he's actually grown from being an adult to now. I'm really enjoying rewatching the show again.
How he's grown from being an adult to now.
An adult.
Is that what you said?
No, how he's grown from a kid to now, as
Okay.
to an adult.
Okay. He's technically still not an adult. When the show ends, he's 17.
I mean, you know what I mean, though. God, you make me angry.
Literally, spoiler alert, literally when the war ends at the end of Shippuden, it's on his 17th birthday.
I do remember you telling me that. That when the sun rises, he's like, today's my birthday. He's like 18.
17. What the fuck? I
Or
just said
17.
this shit.
17. Sorry.
What are you
He's
doing?
17.
Are you playing something right now?
I'm
playing Moonlight
tired. Perhaps.
What are you
Also,
doing, Francisco? You playing Helldivers?
Also, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the only one just staring at my laptop screen, I guess.
Hey,
Don't worry. I was in my ship for like 20 minutes while I was talking about
That's gross.
some stuff. What?
I was in my shit.
Ship with a P.
Oh.
I was in
No,
my
you
ship.
said-
You were
No,
in
you
your
said
pee.
shit.
What the, both of you are talking at the same time. I couldn't understand either one of you.
That's all right.
All right,
Anyways,
let's talk about our favorite ways to jack off. I prefer.
hands.
Yeah, of course. I used to do it with.
I
My feet.
prefer. Are you what?
I used to do
Flexible.
it with the sticky hands.
Oh my god.
The little sticky hands you get for 25 cents out of little
yeah,
machines.
that's the one. Yep.
Oh
I
no.
just wrap it around it, and then I use the string just go up and down.
You know that
Oh,
tube that's got like the gel in it that like rolls inside of itself forever?
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know.
Apparently, Junior, it's very uncomfortable.
Well, I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't
I
either.
figure
What?
it would. I figure it would be if you don't lube it up.
Even with the lube, they said that it's just not tight enough to actually feel it, and it just slips right off.
Okay, who's
Feels
they?
like-
What kind of fucking circles are you in right now? And they better not be circle jerks.
We asked for 100 men.
100 single men.
Name
Something
something you never
single men. Name something you'd fuck. You,
Oh
Steve.
my god. Oh my
That's the
god.
fucking dead 1,000-yard stare.
This is not how we played the game.
Ding!
Yes! Kill!
Okay, real talk though. Can I vent about Steve fucking Harvey for a second?
Go
Yeah,
for
go
it.
ahead.
Dude, homie will be going up there, right? Asking a question. We asked 100 married women. Name something you like about your husband. And then one girl will be like, his penis. And he's like, his what? His penis. And then he stares at her like she said the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's like, bro, chill the fuck out. We all have sex. Like, dude, you got kids. You know what this is like.
Yeah, there's some stuff that I feel like it's not necessary to act like that. But I guess he just does it for the ratings.
Like, in the beginning, it's
a
funny.
meme.
It was funny in the beginning, but like, man, he's been doing the same shit for like 20 goddamn years. It's like, we get it. She said penis. Ho ho. Move on, please. Anyways, you guys want to watch the Minecraft movie?
Yeah, but we had to cancel our fucking plans again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, not this weekend, Francisco.
Why not?
My mom's throwing a birthday party for my Thea.
Oh, okay. Maybe next
Unless-
weekend.
Unless you guys want to go Sunday.
I usually work Sundays. I can check. No, I work it. I only know I work because I checked my schedule earlier today and I'm off Thursday and Friday.
So you work the whole day?
I get in at 11 and I get off at 8. So we could watch it after 8.
Oh, you basically do work the whole day then.
Okay. All right, I tried.
I think unfortunately it's a little too late for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We could watch
Oh.
it Thursday or Friday at noon.
At noon,
At noon.
when everyone's working.
Okay, what about Friday? Friday night.
Same thing. It's a little too late because I get off at 5 and by the time I get anywhere it's 6 o'clock.
What about Friday evening?
Doesn't change, my guy.
It's not night, it's evening. Night would be like 10 p.m. Evening is like 5 p.m.
Bitch, I'm 30. That's fucking midnight for me already.
It's midnight for you right now.
Time
It
a
is. I'm
concept.
tired.
Time is a concept created by man.
Yeah. Men always fuck us over.
Only
Yeah,
if
you
you're-
think you'd learn.
only if you look different.
Wow. You did not hesitate, you bitch.
Dude, that was a good comeback though. When Matt just said it the other day, we're playing Binding of Isaac at my parents, and it was getting late, so I didn't bother like screwing over Mecha to like win the game or anything. So I
You
just
could
let
have,
her
though.
like I let her take the win. But I told her I was like I could have just bombed this, taken the souls and like win the game, but I'm not going to. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, typical men letting women do all the work just to steal the credit." And then immediately I was like, "Yeah, you think they learn?"
Dude, she did not
She
like
was-
that answer.
She was stunned, bro. I was like, "Got her ass."
Also, did it seem like she was already in a bad mood as we started the game?
Just match it. She's always in a bad mood.
I mean, yes. But I don't know. I feel like she was like already pissed.
I still remember
know.
when she was part of the Mighty Beans.
Yeah, she got fired.
She got fired for not attending work.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
you would
easy.
have experience with that, wouldn't you?
What are you talking about? I make it to almost every single episode. I'm sure I
Or you
missed like maybe
assume-
one or two.
Or you assumed that it was us.
What are you talking about?
A different employer that you no longer work for is what we're talking about.
Oh man, fuck that place.
Yeah, if you were to walk into it, you could miss.
Look, the only reason why I got fired from there is because I had to attend my other fucking job.
That's true. You work 2 jobs.
Used to.
But we also did tell you to
I
pick
will-
one.
I will say this though, I'm actually glad I don't work there anymore. Literally, I only stuck around for the discount, but that's literally it. The job,
It was a
the
nice
environment,
discount.
it was just like, ugh.
I should have taken advantage of your discount more often.
Yeah, you should have. Now neither of us will be able to.
Yeah, I only did it that one time.
What did you buy?
Actually, me too.
I
I don't
what
know.
did I buy?
I don't know what Junior bought, but I had you buy some like figurines for me or something.
Figurines. I don't remember that.
Oh, I think you're looking like
I-
Pokemon stuff for me for Chris, and I didn't like what they had. I think that's what it was.
I think I bought like
'Cause it
a
was
Christmas
his
present for
birthday.
somebody, but I don't remember.
Well, I won't be able to get you a PS5 at a great discount anymore. Maybe
Oh, well.
maybe another time. There will be another time.
I can get one at the great discount or free when I steal it.
Oh,
Just walk out the door with it, man. Who's gonna stop you? Security? They can't do anything.
you want a
Legally
fucking
can't touch
bet?
me.
Bro, just
Oh,
steal.
you
I don't know why
guys,
people don't do it.
I was about to say, you guys want to go to a local Walmart and break in midnight and walk
Break
out with
in,
some
dude.
mattresses and
Looks like they're
Mattresses.
breaking in.
I don't need a fucking mattress.
no, but they're expensive.
The point is to resell it.
It's not about the money, Spider-Man. It's about sending a message.
It's about the Mets, baby. It's about all the Mets. You ever seen that one video? And it's like, it's supposed to be like a Ring camera footage. And this is dude trying to steal a TV. But the guy's trying to like take it back. He pulls too hard and he like throws it on the ground. He's like, great. Now none of us get to watch TV. That's my TV. No shit, that's why I'm trying to steal it.
Yes, I've seen that. That shit's so funny.
No, I've not seen that. What?
You haven't? Oh, that's an
No.
older one.
Yeah, it is an older video, but it's still pretty funny. Just seeing the great. Now none of us get to watch TV. That just made me laugh.
That's great, honestly.
It's like, that's my TV. I know. That's why I was trying to steal it.
In broad daylight? Shit.
Nah, it was at night.
Oh, okay. Well,
Was it? I don't remember. Oh yeah, because it was off the Ring camera, and the Ring camera caught all that.
Yeah, like the porch light was on or something like that.
Yeah.
You could see what's going on, but it did take place at night.
in the city.
In the city.
In the Meninging. Well, I'm pretty much done with my stuff. Oi.
Okay.
It's all about
Well,
you.
you
Huh?
guys, you got anything else you want to talk about?
No, not really.
Oh, I did watch a new movie today. I watched Mufasa, The Lion King live action.
Yes, Move Faster. Lion King story.
I didn't know that
I get
Mufasa
it.
meant king.
It does?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
I don't know that either.
Yep. So, cool little language lesson there, because they said it in the movie. I gave it an 8 out of 10. It was pretty good. It was enjoyable. There were some songs that were like, okay, it's pretty good. And then the quote-unquote villain song, I was like, nah, this is whack.
Yes, Scar. Face.
No, he's not the villain in this.
Montoño.
He's not the main villain, I should say, in the story.
He's just there for the ride.
Guess so.
I don't know if you guys plan on watching it.
I don't.
Nope.
No.
I have had
I
literally
don't-
zero interest in any of the live action movies.
I don't know if this is the new canon story or it's just their own way of retelling the story, whatever the case may be. Because how the story starts is Nala is giving birth to a cub. So Simba takes off to go meet Nala where she's giving birth at. And canonly, they have a daughter named Kiara from the Lion King 2 Simba's Pride. So then this movie, he has a cub already, and her name is Kiara. So far, it is kind of canon in that sense. And then the movie is about Rafiki telling Kiara the story about Mufasa. And how he came to be the new king of Pride Lands and all that stuff.
No, well, let me tell you something. If
And-
you watch the movies, you won't be a big fan of the Mufasa movie. But if you haven't seen it, then you're actually an advantage. Because you don't know the backstories, so you'll be able to enjoy it.
I did. I enjoyed it. And
Sound
that
familiar?
apparently...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I understood that reference.
Okay, cool.
But so they say Scar is actually just Mufasa's adoptive brother, and his name was Taka before he was called Scar.
Yes, Takayami.
Taka. So yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. I just don't know if it's canon.
Brother.
I mean,
Taco
it probably
Tuesday.
doesn't matter.
But yeah, like I said, zero interest in the fucking live action movies. Not Snow White, not Tangled, not Moana. I literally don't care about any of that stuff.
I don't think Moana live action is actually happening.
Yeah, I know. That's why I mentioned it.
Yeah, I think after the disaster of Snow White, I think Disney should just go back to animating.
Well, the thing is, I didn't even
Yeah.
know that they were planning on doing a Tangled live action until I heard that, oh, it got delayed because of how bad Snow White did. I'm like, what? Why the fuck would they do Tangled live action?
Dude, they gotta do
There's-
live action everything, man.
But why? It's so lazy. And literally name one movie that has done better in the live action version than the animated. One.
It's because Disney is trying to get rid of their animators.
Well,
They're
it's-
trying to make more money paying less people, and they're probably trying to find some way to make like, hey, AI is good. AI makes art faster. And yeah,
What does
I'm
it have
pretty
to do with
sure
live
they're
action?
that doing live action is probably cheaper than paying all these people to animate.
I don't know if that's the reason. I think it's just a way for them to try and get more money out of something they've already done.
That too. That does sound like Disney-esque kind of thing.
I don't think the budget has anything to do with it. Typically, a lot of live actions tend to cost more than animations.
Oh, speaking of
Go ahead.
animation, I just keep remembering shit. Did you guys know for the Goofy movie, they were actually on a very, very small budget, and it did not sell well at all when it first released in the box office? It actually did terrible.
No, I did not.
So that
For
budget,
Goofy movie?
the Goofy movie only had a budget of 13 million. I don't know which one is smaller between
Billion
the two.
is a lot.
Okay, so it's million. Only had 13 million budget, and in the box office made 28.
So they scraped on by.
No, that's
barely.
pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
They made their loss.
I mean, yes and no. It took them 2.5 years to make that movie. And there's like other things that went into behind the making of the Goofy movie. There's like a documentary I watched a little bit ago. And I was like, wow, a Goofy movie did that bad on opening day? That's fucking crazy. But then as the years go by, this diamond in the rough started to come out and started making a lot more money as the years went by.
I mean,
So
I
we
could
usually
see
call
that
those
being a
like
thing.
cult classics. But I wouldn't consider a Goofy movie to be a cult classic. It would have to be
I
like
mean,
a super obscure Disney movie for it to be a cult classic, like fucking Sword in the Stone or whatever.
Not necessarily. It doesn't need to be obscure to be a cult classic.
But just a quick cool thing that I was watching the documentary that we all love that movie, and it actually did terrible on release day at the box office.
I never watched it.
I'm
sure
sorry.
It's great though.
You have never seen a Goofy movie?
No, I've seen plenty of
Yeah.
comedies, but not a Goofy movie.
You gotta watch that shit, dog. That's a good movie.
We are watching fuck Minecraft. We're watching that.
I know that there's the one chick, Marceline, Roxanne. That's what it was.
Roxanne.
Yeah.
Roxanne.
I was
All she
thinking the
wanna do
exact
is
same
party
thing.
all night.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
But
Good
yeah,
movie.
I'm sure it's great. There's the Goofy movie. Isn't there also one called Extremely Goofy Movie? Is that the sequel?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the sequel, it's also pretty good, but it's not as good as the original.
It's not as good, but it still has that nice charm because there are some segments in the movie that is really fucking funny. That it still makes me laugh pretty hard when I think about the scenes at times.
Yeah.
I just
I'll
like the
have
X
to,
Games.
Check it out. X Games.
I thought the X Games part of the sequel was really good. Or
Oh
really
yeah,
cool, I
that
should
was
say.
pretty cool.
You know, like a sporting event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the story of the Extremely Goofy movie is that Max and his friends go off to college. Goofy is so worried though about Max that he also goes back to school to the college that Max went. Max and his friends join the X Games, and then the whole thing unfolds from there.
Ah, interesting. Goofy just being an overprotective parent. And then the movie's gonna end with like, well, I guess I can't stop you from being on your own, Maxie.
I mean, yeah. That's
Yeah.
it's the whole movie.
And I'm willing to bet that's gonna be the fucking plot for Shrek 5 as well.
Dude,
Dude, I
I'm
forgot
excited.
about
At
that.
the same time, I'm just like,
I am not
they
fucking
could,
excited. I'm just
they
like,
could,
this is gonna be so bad.
they could ruin it. They could.
It's ruined, man. You're being optimistic. I admire you for that, but let's look at the reality here, son.
I mean, they did pretty good with The Last Wish.
Yeah, that was still like in that era of Shrek movies.
True.
Now it's under Illumination, dude.
Illumination does good. They do a pretty good job. I don't think actually, that's not true.
I was gonna say
I don't like the Minions movie, but I do like the Despicable Me's.
What about the Grinch movie? Did you see that one? I didn't.
I
but
did.
was wondering
I
if you
liked
did.
it. Yeah, I liked it. With the new one with Benedict Cumberbatch, right?
Sure. He
Yeah,
was
I
the
did like
Grinch?
it. Yeah, it's actually pretty funny. It's not as good as Jim Carrey. Nothing will ever beat Jim Carrey's. But going in with an open mind, like another way of telling the Grinch story for like the newer generations who don't like the live action, it's still a good movie. It's pretty fucking funny, and I think he did a great job. They also did a like a shout out or like an honor to Pentatonix's version of Carol of Bells. So I like that.
I don't know what you said, but okay.
Oh no, God rest ye gentlemen. There you go. Pentatonix is a a cappella group that became pretty popular with Christmas songs. And one of their Christmas songs, God rest ye gentlemen, was used in the new Grinch movie. And I thought that was pretty cool that they did that.
Ah, okay. I shush allow it.
I'll take your word for it.
It's a good movie. You should watch it if you haven't seen it, Francisco. Do you and Sydney like to watch Christmas movies?
It's not really my thing. Not unless it's Christmas time, obviously.
Well, yeah.
There's only one Christmas movie that I like watching all year long, and it's Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Hey,
That's not a
good
Christmas movie.
What's up?
That's not a Christmas movie.
It snows.
Oh my god.
That's
swear
your
I already-
requirement for it to be a Christmas movie, if it's snowing or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I already talked to you guys about this. Any movie that has snow in it, I automatically think it's a Christmas movie.
That's not how it works.
Look, you just gotta go in with an open mind is all.
Ooh. There's this guy who's selling the Series X Xbox with 2 controllers for $275. You think that's worth it?
275 Series X?
Yeah.
275, it's cheaper than retail price. Is it used?
He says barely used, in good condition still.
I wonder why.
Thinking
you
$275
about-
for Series
Maybe got
X
the red ring
with
of
2
death.
controllers. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, for that low of a price, like, what's wrong with it?
He apparently, it says, works really good, but I wanted to go, like, turn it on and make sure it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely want to do that. Yeah.
And he was like, I'll send you an audio. And I was like, yeah, this could have been recorded when it was working. I don't think so.
The one-on-one go.
Yo, Wonga. I gotta jump off. It's getting late now, so.
All right. Well, I'm
Past
not
my
going to be
meeting
able
time.
to record any more episodes during the time that Jacob's here. Since I'm going to
Which
be
is why
spending
we're
that time
starting
hanging out
the
with
second episode of the Mighty Beans podcast tonight.
No, we're not. Good night.
him. Welcome to Coffee Bean.
This is the coffee bean hour. This is going
he's
to
here.
be... What?
Jacob is here until the 21st, right?
Dude, I've literally told you this like 5 times.
Junior, I have small brain.
22nd.
22nd.
The 21st is when we go to the Silent Planet concert.
Oh. Okay.
So keep that in mind.
Alrighty, well, I'm ready when you are.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to this
One
episode
more
of the Mighty.
thing.
I'm
just kidding.
fucking crash out.
I'll end you to make it look like an accident.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Anyways, yeah, thanks for listening to this episode. Links, description, socials. We don't use them. Fuck them. Whatever. Thanks. Buenos nachos.
Later.
Good night.